Hey, as the title suggests, I am doing a week-long water fast, and this is about hour 36. So basically, I'm not eating any food whatsoever, only drinking water and herbal tea. So I'm not drinking any juices, no sugars, no intake of calories whatsoever. And I know you might be thinking it sounds a little crazy, and I admit that purposely going without food for that long doesn't sound so great. And actually, I posted this on my personal Facebook page, and I got a really wide variety of comments. So it kind of got me thinking that why not make a few videos and talk about this and let you guys know how I'm feeling, and also share my reasoning behind this. So I want to start with saying that this is nothing new, that a lot of people have done this before me and with great benefits for even longer than a week. Also, I've been researching this for the last few months. I've read many articles and a few books, and some of these were written by trained professionals, by medical doctors. So I urge you, if this is something you want to try, to also do your research. Don't take my word on any of this, and think about consulting a medical professional before you start. Ideally, someone with experience and knowledge of fasting. There are cases where you probably don't want to do a long-term fast. You know, if you're not yet an adult, if you're pregnant, if you have a food disorder such as anorexia, and so on. Just something to think about. But fasting has been around for centuries in different forms. It's a religious and spiritual practice. And before agriculture, sometimes you just went without food for prolonged periods. So the thing is, our bodies are made to go without food. That's how they're designed. That's why we have fat in our bodies. It's stored energy. It's our energy reserves, and that's meant to be used when nothing else is available. So anyway, I'm doing this for a few reasons. I mean, there are so many health benefits to fasting. It's even been known to cure illnesses. And think about the natural instinct of your body. When you're sick, you don't want to eat. You're not hungry. So your body wants to fast. And actually, there's a quote here by Hippocrates, who is known as the father of modern medicine. And he says here, everyone has a doctor in him or her. We just have to help it in its work. The natural healing force within each one of us is the greatest force in getting well. Our food should be our medicine. Our medicine should be our food. But to eat when you are sick is to feed your sickness. So something to think about. Okay, so my reasons mostly involve health benefits, although I'm currently, pretty healthy, but I could always be healthier. And also a big part of this is curiosity. I want to see how it affects me. I've done 40 or so hour fasts in the past, and it's been great, but the benefits, they increase so much when you get past the 2 or 3 days, which is apparently the hardest part of the fast, so I want to see that for myself. Although you could say that if you could measure willpower, then I'm probably above average, but it doesn't mean that I can't get better. So what better way to build that out than to voluntarily not eat? And that leads to another thing. I'm lucky that I can just end this fast at any time and just start eating and eat very well. But some people don't know when their next meal is coming. And when you go without food, you start empathizing with people who aren't so lucky. So building up empathy is another one. A lot of people talk about how clear and sharp their minds get when they fast, and I want to see what that's all about. I mean, it kind of makes sense, because when you eat a huge meal, you eat a little more than you should have, you kind of start feeling physically and mentally sluggish and slow. Another thing is human growth hormones go up during fasting, and that's great for building and maintaining muscle mass and bone density. And we get a ton of it during our childhood and adolescence, and less so as we get into adulthood, and it keeps decreasing as you get older. So it also helps with recovering from injuries. And when you're a kid, you bounce back from injuries relatively quickly, less so as an adult. And personally, I dislocated my shoulder many years back, and it's never been the same. But it actually feels like it's still slowly getting better. So I want to see if this maybe will help. Finally, I want to try to make this into a bit of a spiritual thing, and I want to be meditating more. I want to do more yoga. I just want to sit and read more. So it's not just, to me, it's not just a physical, mental thing. It's sort of like spiritually as well. It's sort of like a tune-up for all those aspects, right? Anyway, I'll leave it at that for today, and hopefully I'll have another update tomorrow or maybe the day after, where I'll probably share some more information and talk about how things are going and how I'm feeling. So feel free to leave questions in the comment section, and I'll do my best to address them in the next video, assuming that I've had the chance to read them before I make that video. Also, feel free to subscribe and to follow me on this, week-long fasting journey. If you want, you can just check back tomorrow. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. Take care.